Good morning. It is great. It is great to be with you. We got cloud cover for a few more minutes, so I want to make sure that we get this all kicked off and squared away before it gets too hot for everybody. We are proud today to take the first step in the rebirth of Barney Allis Plaza, which has been an important part of our community's history, named after an impactful Kansas City leader, and a tribute to the success of downtown Kansas City. Mayor H. Bartle renamed Barney Allis Plaza in Barney Allis's honor in 1962. And we are proud to recognize both Barney Allis and all of those who were core in making downtown an exceptional place to live, work, play, shop, and experience. Now, after years and literally years of community engagement, planning, and design work, the redevelopment of Barney Allis Plaza is underway. Where we're standing this morning is the heart of downtown, and soon it will become a world-class destination and will help further revitalize our downtown, replacing the cement you see all around us with outstanding facilities, events, and any number of other projects that will link not just this part of downtown, but will connect with our South Loop project, will connect with so many great things that are happening in downtown Kansas City. We also are making sure that it's accessible for everyone, for families, for visitors, for people of all ages. And this is a project that we're kicking off now to make sure that as we look to the World Cup and other great events in the future, and I expect many more, that this will be something that we can proudly say represents Kansas City. Now, it's an outstanding time to celebrate what I consider to be a great collaboration as well. Today, you'll hear from some of them, but those in organized labor, those who work in government, those who work just in the community and our neighborhood associations have been such a central part of it. Our council members will recognize a number of folks, but I want to make sure that I notice just a few. What this is about isn't just really loud cars. It's also, of course, about some of the great events and activities that we've had here for years. Lisa Lopez from Fiesta Hispana is here. It's a reason I get here all the time, and I think it goes to show just how important this plaza is to so many people that she's here with us as well. I also want to make sure I recognize former 4th District Council members, Jan Markison, thank you for being here and with us, and Catherine Shields, who talked to me for 8 straight years about this, and so we're all delighted to make sure we get to recognize it together. From city staff, you'll hear from our city manager, but Mario Vasquez, who's celebrating, I believe, a short 27 years with Kansas City government, is somebody who has spent a lot of time with it, and the tireless efforts of downtown council. I've seen Sean O'Byrne and others are a big part of it. I will sit down soon. We'll come back to close at the ending, but I still remember, and I tell this story sometimes. When I was growing up as a kid, my mom worked downtown, and perhaps for better or worse, she would let me as a 12, 13-year-old just walk around kind of freely in downtown Kansas City. I remember Barney Allis Plaza that didn't have that much going on. Frankly, it doesn't have enough going on now, but we have seen people over the years invest in improvements here. City government has helped invest in, and importantly, the renovation of Municipal Auditorium and the Music Hall, the Convention Center at Bartle Hall. Many of us remember the improvements, the outstanding improvements at the Mulebach Tower. We're hearing excitement at the Aladdin Hotel. We've seen millions of dollars of redevelopment and investment at the Marriott. This is a great time to be in this part of downtown Kansas City and a great time to be in downtown Kansas City. And now we get to address the center of it all. Thank you to all who will help build it, design it, fund it, our taxpayers, thank you. And more than anything, let's look forward to another exciting 60 years in downtown Kansas City. Now I turn it over to the 4th District at Large City Councilman Crispin Rea.
My name is Crispin Rea. I represent the 4th District at Large on the City Council, and we are in the 4th District. I just want to take a moment and talk about what this project means for me. I'm coming up on the end of my first year in office, having taken office on August 1st, and I'm very excited to have been a part of approving such a major, major project. What this project means for me is I spent many, many years here as a child celebrating Fiesta Hispana, running around this very area, spraying people with silly string, here with my parents and family, eating food, listening to music. And so I have very fond memories of what this location has been, but I also have a very high level of excitement of what this location can continue to be in the future. I anticipate that we will continue to have Fiesta Hispana here, but it's going to be on a whole nother scale when this project is done. This footprint here is going to be much larger. It's going to provide green space and a living room space that we don't currently have downtown, It's going to be an amazing project when it's completed, as well as the practical use of additional parking and new parking and safe parking right here in the middle of Kansas City that folks can utilize, that I will be excited to utilize when I'm attending events downtown. I want to give a special recognition to my council colleague, Councilman Eric Bunch, 1st District at Large, who spent a long time working and advocating for this project, spent a lot of effort getting us to this point. We had a number of conversations in this first year about how we can make this possible, and working with other council colleagues and city staff, some of them the mayor has already mentioned, who put in all the work to get here so we could have this press conference and celebrate today. With that, I'm going to recognize Councilman Eric Bunch.
Thanks everyone for coming out today to celebrate what's, I think, the beginning of a really exciting thing to happen in Kansas City. It's something that many of us have been working on for a while, and I see my former colleague, Councilwoman Catherine Shields, who has long been a champion for this project, and really fighting to make sure that it happens. And I think now is absolutely the right time to get this done, because here in just a couple short years, we're going to have hundreds of thousands of people descend on Kansas City, and what better place for them to come than a new, vibrant public space that is really the living room, I think it was said, or the front porch perhaps, of Kansas City. And imagine coming out of an event here at Municipal and walking into an amazing public space right outside, and that's what we're going to have. And any of you who know anything about me know that, like, yes, this is parking, and no, I'm not super excited about that part of it. But what I am excited for is that this is an opportunity to take really what's become a blank space, a blank slate, to really recreate an amazing downtown public space. So I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited for what this means for those who live downtown as well. So the Downtown Neighborhood Association is another organization I would like to point out who's long fought for this. So very excited for that. And also, I know in a minute, Mr. Platt will probably recognize some of the staff, but I did want to give a special shout out to Public Arts Administrator James Martin for all of the work, because there's a lot of public art in this. And a lot of thought had to go into what do we preserve, what do we move, what new art can be incorporated here. So public art will continue to be a central theme to this particular public space. So big shout out to them and everyone else in the General Services Department who've been working hard on this. So very excited. The last thing that I'll say, and I get into some practical matters sometimes, and that may not be the most exciting thing, but a practical matter here is that we have to make sure that we maintain this and we program it. A long conversation was had prior to COVID about how do public spaces remain maintained? How do cities program them and make sure that they remain vibrant spaces long after the newness wears off? So it's going to be very critical that this will continue to be maintained over the course of its life, and it will be a place that is constantly activated through different programs and activities. So that is more details on that will be coming very shortly. So thanks everyone for being here, and thanks for sharing in this a very exciting thing. I think my job now is to introduce the chair of the Transportation Infrastructure and Operations Committee, Mr. Kevin O'Neill from the 1st District at Large.
First off, I do want to thank, and I was lucky enough that my first term to be on Visit KC board, and I know that this was such a priority on the board to get this open, have parking spots, and a beautiful area up here. And I want to thank McCowan Gordon for all the things that they've led up to this, because it's been a hard battle, and I do appreciate you guys. I want to thank Kamiko Gilmore, who has been such a great advocate at the convention center, and Matt and all the folks that are working over there. I'm just excited. I was raised in this city in the 60s and 70s. I saw this, and Catherine can tell you she was in the planning stages of a lot of this stuff. It's just been to see where we are today from 1980s, 1970s. It's incredible. And I thank everybody that was involved in the past, but more so now to the future as we go forward with all the great new council members that we have, and all the mayor's done a great job of advocating for this. So I just want to say thank you to everybody, and especially to the building and trades who are going to put this thing together and make it a great project. So thank you, and I appreciate you all being here. always forget to introduce my favorite colleague, Councilwoman Andrea. What's your name? Yeah.
I'll be nice. Hi, I am Andrea Booth of the 6th District at Large. And this was, as you've heard, truly a collaborative effort that has spanned years. One of my first meetings, I believe, was with former Councilwoman Jan Markison. I worked several years with Councilwoman Catherine Shields on this. And I just want to also recognize our colleagues, Councilman Curls and Councilman Duncan. Councilman Curls from the 5th District, Councilman Duncan from the 6th District, who are also here today. It has taken, almost everyone that is here today has had some hand in this project for 8 years, if not more, to make sure that we are here today to ensure that this project is a transformation of the Barney Allis Plaza into a year-round plaza for residents and visitors. I could not be more honored to have sponsored this ordinance that finally, after years of discussion, that sets the groundbreaking that we are here today to turn the dirt, to transform this grass and concrete and broken green stuff that I don't even know what this is, into a space that we can all be proud of, that Councilman Rea talked about, that can take what he experienced and the mayor experienced and in their younger days into something that can make memories. So the ordinance set aside $900 million to demolish, thank goodness, this garage, because I was scared to park in it. I would text Mario every time I was in it and say, when are we going to do this? When are we going to close this garage? When are we going to demolish it and make it something that could be useful for Kansas City? It will demolish and reconstruct a new and improved Barney Allis Plaza, Auditorium Plaza garage complex. And I am so glad to be here today. And I know that there are others in the audience that are even more happy to be here. And with that, I will introduce our city manager who helped along with his office to ensure that we are here today. City Manager Brian Platt.
Hey everyone, City Manager Brian Platt. Just have a lot of thank yous on my side. First of all, I'll say thank you to former Councilwoman Catherine Shields and former Councilwoman Jan Markison and so many others that have been advocates of this project for many, many years before I even got here. I remember the first meeting I had with Councilwoman Shields, I think it was the first, where, you know, I ask, what are your priorities? What are the things you want to get done? What do you want me to work on? And this was one of those things 3.5 years ago. And we were just chatting about how maybe she's not on the council anymore, but it's such an exciting moment to see this come to reality here. Also, a very big thank you to Mario Vasquez, who's an assistant city manager hiding in the back there. People don't realize how much work goes into a project like this. It is constant. It is stressful. There are so many people trying to make decisions. And there's a reason why things like this don't happen so quickly. It's because they're really hard. But it takes someone like Mario to get that job done. And I'll be honest, this project was not moving forward that quickly until he came on the team here. So we are so thankful for all of his work. I am personally so thankful. Thank you, Mario. Also to our finance team, Tammy and Krista, and so many others who found creative ways to finance this project without adding new costs to taxpayers, without creating new revenue streams. We're doing it with what we got, and that's what's so special and unique about the team that we have here, is we're making things out of what we already have, not trying to spend new dollars from other places. Also, of course, to our council members who are all here, it's so crucial and important to have leaders that understand the vision for improving and building on the greatness that we have in Kansas City. Another big thank you to McCown Gordon, the people who are going to do the heavy lifting here, literally and metaphorically. This is going to be a transformational project. The creativity that we've seen in the designs, the responsiveness to the community is so important here. This is not just a parking garage. This is a destination gathering place for Kansas City in downtown. It will be something unique and special, and it will be back to its glory that it was when it was first built. And it only happens with creative professionals like those at McCown Gordon. And also, of course, our unions and our building trades who are going to be doing all the hammer swinging here. So we're so thankful for such an amazing team, and I'm so thankful just to be one little part of this. With that, I'm going to introduce Chris from McCown Gordon. Thank you.
Good morning, Chris Vaith with McCown Gordon. First, I just want to say I'm up here representing a very large team that's been on this journey for about the last 7 years with many folks. And I just want to first thank the city for allowing us all to be a partner on this project. This has been an exciting project we've talked about for a long time. It's been great working with the mayor's office, city council, and it's been said many times, but the city staff and the countless hours and the effort they've put in to make this project reality, I just want to echo those thanks. It's been a great partnership, and we look forward to the next couple of years of delivering on the image and the vision of this project. I mentioned the large team. I want to recognize our partners in this design build effort. First, our construction partner, LM2, led by Tasha McCall. She's been a partner of ours in many projects. We're excited about working with her on this unique downtown opportunity. And then our design team, and this is a long list, so I had to write it down. Bear with me. HOK Architects is leading the entire effort. We've been partnered with them for about the last 5 years or so on this journey. They're supported by a lot of local and national teams in Talaferro and Brown, KH Engineering, FSC, Branch Pattern, Walter P. Moore, Greenwood Consulting, Hines, Parsons, and Zaragunda. There's a lot that goes into this. I know a lot of people think it's a parking garage and it's a plaza, but this is a terribly complex project right here in the heart of downtown, and it took a lot of heavy lifting from a lot of very talented people to bring this vision to reality. From a construction standpoint, we finally get to do something. So as you look around, you see a very small piece of equipment. That is not what's going to take down this entire garage. We're going to be mobilizing demo here over the next week or so. You already see the barriers up. For those who don't know, the parking garage actually extends underneath all the streets around here. And so while we're going to do everything we can, there will be some impact to traffic over the next several months as we shore up and tear out the existing garage. It'll be exciting to see the new garage go up near the start of the year, with the plaza coming under construction in fall of 25 and then turning over in the summer of 26 for the community and its use. Again, I just want to say thank you to all of our partners and thank you to the city for the great partnership we've had. And with that, I'd like to introduce Ralph Orpeza, the business manager with the Greater Kansas City Business and Construction Trades.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ralph Orpeza, and I'm the business manager for the Greater Kansas City Building Trades Council. We represent workers in construction trades within the Kansas City and surrounding areas. For anyone who doesn't know what we do, well, our member unions provide serious careers with good wages, health care, and retirement for workers of all backgrounds in the building and construction trades. We drive economic development in our community. We make sure that workers work in good conditions that are safe. Our members live here, they raise their families here, and they care about this great city. The thousands of working class members who make up our member unions have built and maintained every notable project in the city's history. Just look around you. We did this. We are proud to continue the rich tradition with the reimagining and redevelopment of this important community gathering point in our city, just as we did it when it was first built by union members in the 1950s and then rebuilt in 1985. This project will not only result in an outstanding 400,000 plus work hours, keeping our local economy moving, but it would also help impact and uplift communities of color and women with MBE, WBE goals that we are able to establish. I want to thank our prestigious mayor, Quentin Lucas, our outstanding city manager, Brian Platt, and our champions on the city council. And when I say champions, I mean champions, because they support us every single day. As a finishing note, I want to acknowledge that I am a son of an immigrant. And that means a lot to me because, as you know, the Barney Allis Plaza is named for the son of a Jewish immigrant and today regularly serves as a gathering space for the Fiesta Hispana, something that I like to think would have made Barney, who was known for his above and beyond hospitality and welcoming spirit, proud. I know that the union members of Kansas City are proud to help us build this world-class street-level plaza in the heart of Kansas City that will continue to serve as a welcoming and gathering point for thousands of our communities and those who visit it. Thank you. Now let's go build this. I want to give it back to our prestigious mayor, Mr. Lucas.
We will head on over to the groundbreaking. If our speaker party and anybody else who thinks they should be in the picture, come on by.